confounds the wise. So whenever the Messiah met someone who was broken and contrite, he would show them mercy. But whenever he encountered someone who was arrogant and lifted up, he would rebuke them. America is filled with a lot of arrogance. You think you can do things on your own, that you don't need this Messiah. Or if you profess the Messiah, you just profess him with your lips, but your works don't match up. It is time to turn to him. This is a time of mercy and grace he's giving you to actually open this book up. And folks, I don't even need this book to prove the resurrection of Jesus Christ. I don't. There's so much evidence and proof without even using this book that the Messiah rose from the dead. It's not that there's a bunch of evidence out there that proves the Bible's not true. There's not. It's that you just don't really care, because if you had to consider this book, you might actually have to change your life. You might actually have to change the way you're living. But you know, what you don't understand when you're living in sin is that, first of all, the way of a sinner is hard. So every one of us, you and me, we're all going to reap what we sow. So when you sow by masturbating, by looking at pornography like this guy admitted to, when you sow in bearing false witness and cheating and stealing and living selfishly, you reap really bad things in your life. I'm not even talking about eternity to come, just right here and now. But when you sow in righteousness, in love, in joy, which can only happen by being filled with the Spirit and covered in the Messiah's blood, then you begin to reap blessings upon your life. So you will reap what you sow. All of us will. Oh. Blessed are the undefiled in the way, who walk in the Torah of Yahweh. Blessed are they that keep his testimonies and that seek him with a whole heart. They also do no iniquity, and they walk in his ways. You have commanded us to keep your precepts diligently. Oh, that my ways were directed to keep your statutes. Then shall I not be ashamed, when I have respect unto all your commandments. See, this is the heart of someone who truly loves God. I will praise you with uprightness of heart, when I shall have learned your righteous judgments. I will keep your statutes, oh, forsake me not utterly. How shall a young man or a young woman cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto, according to thy word. With my whole heart have I sought you. Oh, let me not wander from your commandments. Your word have I hid in mine heart, that I might not sin against you. Blessed are you, O Yahweh. Teach me your statutes. With my lips have I declared all the judgments of your mouth. I have rejoiced in the way of your testimonies as much as in all riches. I will meditate in your precepts and have respect unto your ways. I will delight myself in your statutes, and I will not forget your word. Deal bountifully with your servant, that I might live and keep your word. Open thou mine eyes, that I may behold wondrous and beautiful things out of your Torah, out of your law. Someone who truly loves Jesus, they see beautiful things out of his Torah, out of his commandments, out of his instructions. I am a stranger in the earth, so hide not thy commandments from me. My soul breaks for the longing that it has unto your judgments at all time. You have rebuked the proud that are cursed, which do err from your commandments. How do you know if you're proud? If you're erring from his commandments. If you're not obeying them, then you're proud. Remove from me reproach and contempt, for I have kept your testimonies. Princes also did sit and speak against me, but your servant did meditate in your statutes. Your testimonies also are my delight and my counselors. My soul cleaves into the dust. Quicken me according to your word. I have declared my ways, and you heard me. Teach me your statutes. How much longer do I have on this? Oh, good. Plenty of time. Hallelujah. Remove from me the way of lying, and grant me your law. Grant me your Torah graciously. So many people think that God is somehow different in the Old Testament than he was in the New. It's not true. Grace and mercy is talked about all through the Torah and the prophets. And Jesus, Yahshua, preached more on hellfire and judgment than all the Old Testament prophets combined. Yah is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And we shouldn't even use the term Old and New Testament that was developed by that heretic Marcion that was cast out of the church in the 2nd century. It is the first covenant and then the new covenant. And the new covenant keeps the same Torah as the first covenant, except now it's been ratified by the blood of the Messiah. This is what the book of Hebrews is all about. That he takes those laws, those commandments, those instructions that were written on tablets of stone, and now he writes them on our hearts and on our minds. He gives us an inward desire to want to obey him, to want to keep his commandments, to want to do that which is righteous, because we love him. We want to please him, because he gives us that inward desire, because he forms within us this living Messiah of Nazareth, who was born in Bethlehem. He actually forms within us by his Spirit. And he that is in me is greater than he that is in the world. The book of Hebrews talks about how this Messiah, who is the very image of Yah, that he came to earth as a man, and he was tempted in every way that we are. Yet he never once broke Torah. He never once sinned. And so when we repent, when we're filled with the Spirit covered in his blood, now his Spirit shows us how to resist temptation, because he was tempted in every way. Yet he never sinned. He never yielded to sin. So when his living Spirit fills us, he now teaches us how to live like he did, so that when we're confronted with those same temptations, we won't yield. We'll actually want to obey his word. This is why the law no longer condemns me. It used to condemn me. But first, his blood took care of my past transgressions. Only his blood can do so. And now his Spirit enables me in real time to obey his word. The law cannot condemn someone who obeys it. So I no longer have the condemnation of the law because of his blood, atoning for my past sins, and his Spirit, which now enables me to actually obey the very law that I once broke. This is why the condemnation's removed. I'm a blood-bought, blood-washed servant of the Messiah of Israel, Jesus Christ, Yahshua the Messiah. And I've come all the way from Juneau, Alaska, to preach at this campus, to testify to you, because the love of God compels me, and because I love you, and I don't want you, any of you, to go to the lake of fire. The lake of fire was designed for the devil and his angels, not for humans. But if we're determined to live like a devil, then that's where we're going to go. Yahshua warned of this place. He says it's a place of burning and yet darkness, a place of weeping and wailing and gnashing of teeth, a place where Satan and his fallen angels will be tormented day and night, as will everyone else who's put there because they refused to give up on their selfishness. Even this atheist agnostic who talked to me earlier today, he said, well, I'm a pretty good person, you know. But then he admitted to his addiction to pornography. And guys, when you feed the pornography, not only does it damage you, but you're feeding an industry that directly is tied to child sex trafficking and pedophilia. It's disgusting. Not to even mention how it objectifies women